24, driving business.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Oh, hope you're enjoying the show and following very, very keenly. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much, Dennis.
It was a good round first.
Yeah.
So now, coming back to still money, we are in that season of the time,
yeah,
where we have lots of lined up festivities coming forth. First of all, what's your opinion about men and money in regards to the festivities? What's your general overview about it?
One thing I know is men, money, you can't separate those two.
Okay.
Because I mean, everyone knows a man should have money and should provide.
Okay.
So men, money and festivities, it's just one line. Because I mean, you're the man, you need to have the money, and you know what comes in festivities? Expenses. You have to ensure your family is going to have good meals. You have to ensure they dress well. If they have to go out, you know, you just can't disconnect that. Men, money, festivities, and expenditure. Yeah.
Okay. So it's we should really spend during this festive season.
I wouldn't really want to urge people to spend too much. Okay. If you're spending, then spend what you can actually afford to spend.
Is there a limit?
Don't go overboard.
Is there a cap you can say that if you've probably made 100 million shillings in the course of the year, you shouldn't be able to spend below this or above this?
Usually when it comes to expenditure, people don't like to have limits. If they're spending, they want to spend because they believe they've worked for the money. So it's hard to actually advise someone on that, on how much you should spend. Saving is very hard, but like I told you, expenditure comes as easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not really a simple thing to be like, okay, you spend this particular amount of money in this festive period. It's a hard one, but you can only advise someone to probably not go beyond what they can actually afford to spend. If you've been saving money for the entire year, then why should you blow it up in 1 month of December? How will you survive for the next few months?
But you see, some of us when we were growing, we looked up to December. We looked up. That's the time we knew that they were supposed to buy us new shoes,
exactly,
new items. Like it was where I hail from. They used to say,
exactly.
You get, and we all looked up to that time because that's the time you knew you had to get like 4 pairs of clothes because you had to put on something different on Christmas, then Boxing Day, then fast, and all these festivities. You're sure that's the time I'm going to get all the new clothes, and those new clothes are the ones I'll be putting on in the whole year. Whatever event I have, it's when I'll put on that calendar suit, that's when I'll put on this suit. And to us, it made us always look towards Christmas. Now these young people, the babies, the children, the young families, how do they get to celebrate Christmas with memorable remark, the way we did without expenditure?
Of course, I wouldn't say times have changed much, especially from the times we were a bit younger.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd expect around this period, your mother or father is doing some shopping for you, getting for you a new suit, getting for you a new shirt and trouser and shoes, just for that one day Christmas day. Then also maybe buying for your wife a dress, a nice dress, or a gomesi. Of course, for our mothers, then they always preferred gomesis. So, and then you also have to be there and plan for the meals within that particular period
of time.
Yeah. Because someone will not move from Christmas having a very good meal between. Actually, let me just tell you something. For us at our home, between Christmas and fast,
yeah,
it is a festive.
Exactly.
So you don't expect us to move from eating chicken, then you give us beans the next day. No, that won't work at home. We'll just leave the food and our mom knew it. She'll be like, you guys come and eat. And we're like, no, mommy, it's still a festive season. So you have to still provide this. So I would rather say it's a complicated period because the expenditure has to be done. But where is the money to be spent?
Okay, are there different dynamics? Because I'm looking at it in a way, our settings probably we are looking at a village setting then, and then the town setting. Town where everything has to be bought. During our festivities, we could know that, okay, we are going to, this goat is for this Christmas.
Yeah.
You get? Probably if it goes extreme and they say that we have to slaughter this cow or this bull, then we know that we shall give the neighbors, then we shall put in the freezer for probably all the festivities.
Yeah.
But in this contemporary situation, such as town, Kampala, where someone has to buy everything from the supermarkets and they are quite costly, would you also recommend them? Because would you recommend them to have probably 5 dishes of sauce on a festivity, at a go, or you would, I don't know, what is, basically what is?
In my opinion, like I said it earlier, it's okay to spend the money, but be within your means. If you can afford maybe the 5 dishes for your family, then I think there's no problem with that. Give them, because it's just a period, it's a season.
Okay.
So you can give them, but I don't think it would also be a good thing health-wise. Because I mean, imagine you're eating beef, you're getting beans, you're getting fish. It's all a mix-up, and in the end, it will affect the health of the kids.
Okay.
You get? So I wouldn't say let the people do 5 dishes. Just do like 2 at most, and yeah, just go through the day and celebrate it that way. Yeah.
But us in the Africans, we the trending video is if where you'll eat everything, literally everything. You'll eat everything, and it will go there, and the next day you'll have stomach upsets and what. But that will cater for itself the following day. How do we give a memorable Christmas to our kids with the instance of feeling the abundance amidst the scarcity?
Excuse me. Memorable Christmas may not be only about the food. Yeah. It may not be about the clothes.
Okay.
It may not be something very material. But you could decide to still do a memorable Christmas, but with a limited budget. Yeah. I would encourage people to have simple getaways from their homes. You could decide, maybe if you're staying, let's say in Kampala here, you decide let's just go to Jinja for Christmas. Just that one day. You've not cooked food at home, you've not probably even bought clothes. Okay, for the clothes the kids could insist, and of course you can make them happy. So you can get them the clothes that they can wear for the getaway. Yeah? But if you moved from Kampala, where the kids are most used to staying, and then you move them to Jinja for that one day, trust me, that will be more memorable than even staying around Kampala and doing all that, the 5 dishes, the different types of clothes. I believe a getaway would be a more ideal situation for them, especially if it's to have a memory of a Christmas. Yeah.
Okay,
Or you can even drive them to their home, to their village home. I mean, this is what most of our parents used to do then. We never stay around town. It's Christmas, all of us
to the village.
go to the village, get to know relatives, and that's still very memorable for the kids. They get to know the uncles, the aunties, the cousins, and there's a lot of merrymaking in that period. So
talk about it. I also think I never got to celebrate Christmas in Kampala till I think 2021.
Wow, that's actually recent.
Yeah, recent when we had COVID. I think that's the only Christmas I never traveled. That is the only Christmas I've had in the confines of my space. Otherwise, all the others, it has always been merrymaking in the village.
Exactly.
You travel. Sometimes I used to. Now, sometimes we were staying in town, but we had a village in Biko.
That's actually.
Yeah, town.
Is that Ginger Town?
Yeah, Ginger Town.
Oh, Ginger Town and Biko, you're still in town.
Yeah, but that's where my grandparents were.
Okay.
Because ideally they weren't staying in Chisoro. So it was also still Christmas. Then sometimes I would travel to Lukabusanda. It was really memorable. You hit on something of saying that probably you get a getaway. Doesn't that come with a budget? You know, in Africa here, we sometimes do not plan for the money. We plan for what we've already, like, once money comes, that's when we plan. We do not have a pre-plan. So if I get 100,000, then that I'll use 100,000. My plan goes in that. But when you talk about travels, when you talk about getaways, doing memorable, these come actually sometimes with even bigger budgets, if not well planned.
Yeah.
So would you ideally tell someone to probably have a destinational trip during the festive season if finances are there and it's not planned, or you would rather they plan for it? And what's the rationale of travels, destinations, and then when it comes to money in itself, isn't it expensive? Isn't it an expensive venture?
Usually travel comes with expense. Okay. So when most people are planning to travel, they actually save for that. So if, let's say, this particular Christmas you're planning, okay, you just said most people don't plan, but in the event that you actually plan, you can be able to put some money aside for whatever you actually want to go and have. So I would encourage people out here, if you have to actually put something aside for your December budget, because actually it was a meme somewhere that intrigued me a lot. Someone said, if you've not saved money from January to November, then don't call us bad as we have saved. When you see us spending our money and enjoying our money in December, don't think we.
So when I called you for a car agent, 100,
no, that agent one, I've also been saving the agent, so you should also save for it.
Okay.
So I think I would urge people to learn to put something aside. December is merrymaking, and there's a lot of festivities in it. There's a lot of excitement, and ideally you just have to have something on you. Yeah. You can decide. Let's say if you're married, you can decide with your partner. Let's be putting something aside for this festive period, because it has to come with expenses. That's why everyone knows. Basic knowledge.
True.
December is for happiness, is for merrymaking, is for being happy. So, and you can't be happy without the money. That's why. Yeah. So you either have to save up for that money, or you just give up on being very happy in December. Yeah.
Okay. So how happy? Is there an extent of how happy should someone be, or how mean should someone be during the festive season?
Someone doesn't have to be mean. Whereas December is we call it a happy season, and what? It's also full of thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of us that are spirituals, we believe that if you give, you actually get more. So if you have whichever little that you can afford to give to someone, especially on that same day, that Christmas day, very many people go out there without a good meal. But if someone, like you said, someone has made 5 dishes in their home, and they can't even have that. You get. So if you can afford to buy maybe a kilogram for your neighborhood, for someone that can't afford it, then the blessings that come with that are immense. Yeah. So it's also full of thanksgiving. You can give someone, yeah, whichever that you can, so that they also go through the day. You don't have to be mean. Yeah.
So how happy?
Just because you saved up.
Because you see, there are people who are impulsive givers, impulsive buyers, impulsive, and I know off the camera, I know you know something. But now, how do you ask someone to control themselves in regards to that impulsive buying, impulsive giving? Because you actually realize that sometimes, January we are all, okay, majority people are broke.
You just reminded me of something. They usually say January has how many days? And all these are effects of December.
December.
Yeah. So I believe these December expenses have to come with also caution a bit. Yeah, you have to know, if I spend this, will I be able to survive for the next 30 days? You know, most of us are salary earners. Yeah. So usually they pay early December. If they've paid you, let's say, on 15th of December, will you be able to survive for the next, they usually say, 60 days of January? You get. So I think we have to plan within our means and then know that if I spent this and this, I'll be able to still survive for the next period. Yeah.
So it's caution, because either way, the point here of addressing the impulsiveness, sometimes because we are convinced beyond a question of doubt that during festive seasons we are supposed to give everyone. We are supposed to say that we can be able to share the much or the little we have with everyone enshrined in our spaces. And we end up doing it like selflessly.
Yeah.
So you end up realizing we are not appropriately budgeting for the funds. Probably if you go for an event and you are supposed to give there like 50,000, because it's Christmas time, you're like, oh no, this money needs to be spent. You give in 100,000. Now, after a few days, you'll be regretting trying to do budgets. You're like, oh, here I overspent. So is there any mechanism as a family, as or probably now like the marrieds, we sometimes have, at least we have gatekeepers. In media, we call it gatekeepers, or the agenda setters of the family, who will be like, since we are spending this, we have to keep this, we have to cater for the next semesters, because immediately after the festivities, then we are going to be looking at the next terms, school terms. So is it a responsibility of the man or a lady to improvise those kinds of actions in a family?
Impulsive buying is actually a very big vice to many of us. Between me and you, Dennis, you could be there one day, you're going home, you've actually not planned to spend money, and then this guy comes with a nice shoe, and then you're like, but I have this 100,000 on me, can I just get myself this shoe? And that's it with now when you get that impulsive nature already that is on, and then the celebratory mood that's already on for December, I mean, you won't be able to stay with money. But I have a friend of mine that advised sometime, I don't know if it works for you. I don't know if it works for them anyway. But they say that one way to avoid that is avoid physical cash on yourself. Yeah? You can just have what you need as you, because then you'll not be able to just dish it out.
But my brother, nowadays, between you and me, even the guys you find on the streets, you're going to buy something like, oh, you check and you're like, I don't have cash. You're like, no, send on mobile money.
Yeah, I get that point, Dennis. But then, if you've actually not planned to have that expenditure done, if you don't have the physical cash on it, will be hard for you to actually get your phone. If you have a mobile app of the bank, it will be hard for you to just log into that app and you're like, okay, let me get this money for the. But if you're having physical cash on you, in a minute you've already pulled it out, you pay the guy, and that's an expense gone, unplanned, and you'll not get back this money. So I would advise maybe you limit what you move with in terms of physical cash. You can do more of digital money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe just as we come to almost a close of this, would you advise? I've seen at some point someone was telling me, how do you give a woman your ATM to to control the funds, the incomes on. How do you account for that? Do you think, is it variable? Is it, do you advise couples to have that kind of transparency when it comes to finances, that during this time, throughout the year, my spouse needs to know how much I earn, how much we need to spend? Do you think it can curb either the expenditure expectations?
Dennis, you see that topic, it's a broad one. And I think we would do another set of program for it as well.
Okay.
Money, that is money, and that is how money and marriage is. It's a hard one. But it also depends on how you relate with your partner. Yeah. Some people have good relationships and they actually talk about what they earn, and they're very open. It's about being open at times in your marriage. You speak about your finances, which is very hard for some of us as men.
Okay.
Yeah. Very hard. A man will tell you, this is what I earn, but I have side incomes that bring in more money than what they actually earn, and they don't want you to know about them. Though even the ladies have also become very, very hard on that. Yeah. You can see a lady having like 2 nice paying jobs, but you don't know about them, and she's very comfortable with that. But if you have an open partner, you speak your finances, you're very open, it's something that can work, because you can just start a discussion with your partner and you're like, this is our budget, this is what we can work within, and this is what is on table for us to actually spend for this particular period. Yeah. So it all goes down to your partner. Are you free? Do you guys talk about your finances? And if you do, then it should be a much easier discussion. It becomes complicated if people are finding it hard to actually talk about finances. Yeah.
But then how do you exist with someone, or how do you anticipate to grow or spend or have the ability to budget in a home when there's a little skepticism when it comes to the transparency of financial matters? Because then it gets very complicated. If Madame gets to ask of me for a new Range Rover, because ideally, you know, as you said, we are selling hope. I sold enough hope, and I've made her believe that, you know, this is manageable. I can be able to manage this. I got this. So she expects on a December holiday such as that we can be able to fly out of the country. We have enough funds. We have enough probably savings to do that. And if she doesn't know that I'm probably still earning maybe 1 million shillings gross salary that is going to be taxed, and probably I stay with 400,000 or 500, how then can she be comfortable to say that she won't ask for this?
Like I said, it all goes down to your transparency and openness in your relationship. Because if you never told your woman, I get 1 million gross, and after the taxes, I take home a net of 700 something, she will give you expectations of someone that's getting 2 million shillings and expenditures of above 2.5. Yeah.
But you see,
but if you've opened up to her, there's no way she will go beyond what you actually told her that you earn.
Yeah, but okay. But then also her, when we are doing budgets, probably we are discussing, we are saying that we are going to have this done during this period, or we are going to spend this much. As a human being, she has desires, and she would probably want the very best. So if probably in her limits, she knows that this is manageable, I'm able to. Do you think it's okay, at the end of the day, do you think it's a better idea for marrieds to come out outright and transparent about their finances with each other?
Yeah, for me it would be a yes. They should be able to come out. If you have a wife and then you told her, yes, my dear, this is my salary, this is what I earn. And then she also told you, okay, this is what I earn. You're able to merge your incomes and then do better planning as a family. Yeah. So then you're able to actually do better things, more developmental things, the two of you. Okay. With ease, without tension in between of, what if this guy is earning this, what if she's earning this, you know? There's always that
skepticism and that
those are
doubt.
Those are called hard conversations in a relationship.
Yeah, so as we come to the close of the show, it's been really a golden opportunity hosting you.
Thank you so much.
We have learned quite a lot. Probably you could give us the parting shots for a viewer out there, something they shouldn't forget. Out of all the many things we've said, something they
first, I would
forget.
like to appreciate you, Dennis, for the opportunity you've given me to come and share with our people. It's to the viewers of Smart 24, it's a pleasure being here. And I hope we can have more interactions, more engagements. But maybe not just this topic, but more topics, very many more topics. As we are in this festive period, I would just like to urge us to enjoy, but responsibly. Remember, what you spend in this period is very easy to spend, but getting it back is very hard. So I urge you to spend wisely and responsibly. Thank you so much.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much, Frederick. And to our dear viewers, it's always a very, very golden opportunity having you watch us, having you tuned on Smart 24. It's a very, very golden pleasure. As we part, as we go, we beseech you, stay tuned. And the festivities are coming forth. Do not drink and drive. It's very important. Do not spend recklessly. We have tuition forthcoming. So let's be mindful on our expenditures. Let's merry-make, but responsibly. And as he has told us, sell hope. If man has failed, dear viewers, dear men out there, sell hope. Thank you. God bless.